Hey guys, and welcome to Day to Day Scott, where I bring you daily content except for Sunday, so 6 days a week on entrepreneurship and personal growth. So what makes my channel more unique? So my channel is more unique because I'm in the trenches, I'm in the grind, where I believe most of us are, and that's why you'll resonate with me. There's a lot of other really good influencers and really good channels out there that do entrepreneurship and personal growth, like Gary Vee and Peter Voog, just to name a few. But they are very high in what they've achieved, and they are very sort of stardom in what they've achieved. So I sometimes struggle to resonate with them. Obviously, what they say is fantastic, and the content is amazing. And I'm not saying don't go listen to that, but what makes this channel very raw and organic and unique is that I'm in the trenches, and I am where I believe most of you are, is in the first few years of business and just trying to find their way and trying to understand how they can get to that stardom and push their business and their life to what they really want. So that's what this channel is about. It's about I communicate my learnings from each day. I have a digital marketing blog every Tuesday. I now do a podcast, which is usually you'll see another layer of me in my podcast where I really go deep in sort of it's more of going into a mind of an entrepreneur and sort of feelings and emotions. I have a monthly interview where I do a minimum of 2 interviews with industry leaders every month. So we get other people on from all different areas. We've had one of the top digital marketers of the world on here before. We've had someone from Google, we've had some inspirational talkers, we've had a lot, and we've actually got one coming. I have had one, I just haven't edited yet, which I'll probably post either this week or next, but you'll see. Okay, well, welcome to the video, and this is a very fascinating one. This is how to take stress out of work. Yes, how to take stress out of work. This is a big one, so stay tuned and I'll let you know my little trick. Hey guys, and welcome back. So, how do you take stress out of work? I mean, how much is stress tied to work? I mean, you'll know in your job now or in past jobs how much stress work can create. And even if you're in a job you love, stress definitely still comes. It arises no matter what, because it's not easy business, especially when you're starting up your own business. Like I've started my business this month. It's not easy, and I've been sort of planning, getting all the clients ready, and it's difficult. And when it's just you, it really is. It can be painful and it can be stressful. But I have found a trick that will take so much stress out of your day, and I'm going to tell you it. But I'm going to give you a bit of background first. So, I didn't upload yesterday, and this is the core reason why. I wasn't stressed. Well, no, sorry, that's a lie. I was stressed. And the reason I was stressed is because there was this task looming over me, and that was my emails. The amount of emails I get each day is a joke. It's just, and I'm sure you'll know from your emails, if you run quite a few different email accounts, that you get a lot of emails. So I get hundreds of emails a day, and managing that is just, it's so difficult. To manage that and then actually do some work is just, it's so hard. So I'm finding myself at the moment that I'm literally just spending my day just doing emails. I basically got to the point where I was like, right, scrap it. I'm not doing these emails. I'm doing work. Like, I don't care. And I went away, did work, and I got loads of stuff done work, but then people were trying to chase me up and stuff. I was just like, how do I manage this? So, yesterday, going into today, basically what I did is I promised myself that I'm not leaving this desk where you see me right this second. This is where I work. I'm not leaving this desk until I finish my emails. I started because I did my work for the day. I think I started them at 11 at night. I know that sounds crazy, but I started work that day, I think at like 9 or 10. Then I worked till about 8 or 10, and then I had some dinner, and then I came back to do my emails. I said, right, I'm not leaving. I was trying to do it earlier in the day, but too much work got involved. And basically I said, I don't care that it's late, I'm doing them. And I stayed up and I worked all the way till 6:30 the next morning. So I felt a bit crazy for doing this, but it felt fine because I was just so happy I'd gotten over that hurdle of that annoying task that was just continuously looming over me. Now, even though I'd worked to 6:30, I then went to bed as I was thinking, do I stay up? But I was like, oh no, I best get to bed. So then I went to bed, really happy that I'd finished. It literally took 6.5 hours to do. I then went to bed, and then I woke up literally a few hours later, and I woke up more energized, more happy, and more stress-free than I've ever felt. In these past few months. Honestly, I felt more energized, happy, and stress-free than I've ever felt. Why is that? So what has really happened here? Because it's definitely not the lack of sleep, because I'd worked about 10-12 hours a day before, and then I'd slept for less than 6 hours and gotten up to work again. So definitely in regards to sleep and managing my health, everything was pointing to you're going to be in a bad mood today. But I was happier than ever, felt more energized than ever, and less stressed than ever. So what's happened here? So I did a bit of thinking, and interestingly, I actually had a little thought process here. This is something I do every night. It's something where I write down what I'm grateful for and the priorities for the next day. I'd really strongly advise you do that. I'll maybe get into a video about this soon. And now I've been writing down some thoughts, sort of just general sort of deep thoughts, and that I actually went into this as well. So it was quite interesting that I thought about it that night as well. So what has actually happened here? What I believe has happened here is that of overcoming that hard task / task I didn't want to really do, because it's tedious, it's annoying, it's just time consuming, and it's just it doesn't really grow your business. It's maintaining rather than growing. So I believe this comes down to something that I've heard before, and I'm sure you have, maybe you haven't, I'm not sure. But people say that you should always start your day off completing your hardest task / the task you least want to do. So a lot of people might have heard of that, but I doubt they've implemented it, because who wants to do the hardest task at the start of the day? Who wants to do that? Because that just sounds miserable. But I did that. I did it in a really weird way, because I worked till 6 in the morning, but technically that was the start of my day. Went for a few hours sleep, came back, and I felt so bloody good, because I just didn't have it looming over me. I found when I was working with this there, it was always in the back of my mind. I was always thinking about it, and it really disrupted my work, so my productivity. I wasn't very productive. It was making me stressed. I was getting angry. I was getting heated. I was getting uneasy, and I just wasn't happy, because I was trying to do things. I was like, oh fuck's sake, I've got to do this. I've got to fucking go back to that. It was just doing my nutting. So it's really key that I think this point is really key about doing your hardest task / the task you least want to do at the start of your day, because it gives you that ball of energy of like, if you kick off with your hardest task first, how can the rest of the day not be great? Because you've already overcome the hardest part of the day. So your day is going to be nothing but easier from that moment. So I really strongly advise you to do it, as I've proven to myself. As we usually realise, people can tell us what to do, but you don't usually. Sometimes you don't implement it until you go and face the issue that they were on about, and then you finally realise, oh, okay, you were right. So I guess that's what happened with me. And I'm happy I've learned it, and it's really, really interesting, and I believe it's going to be a game changer. Because again, how you feel is going to affect your work hugely. If you're working, you're pissed off, and you're just like fed up with this, you're stressed, and you're unhappy, you don't feel like, you cannot argue that is 110% going to have a huge impact in the way you treat people, in the way you speak to people in emails, communicate with new clients, in the way you do people's work. No matter what you think you're doing with your work thinking, you're still being to your best ability. If you're angry, you might cut corners, you might not do as good a job, you might not give them the extra time, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's just a fact that it will 100% affect your work, and that's bad. because then that's going to affect your service or affect your product, and going to affect what you offer, which can be really damaging to your brand, as well as your mental health. It can be really damaging to your company, especially at the start, like I am. Building up strong relationships and really good relationships is really, really key. So you really don't want to be messing around with that, especially at the start. You don't want to mess around at any time, but definitely at the start, it's so key. So that is why I believe this is a really, really killer new tip, is always focus on doing your hardest / least wanting to do task before and at the start of your day, and you'll literally take, I would say, for me it was 100% of the stress was gone, but for you maybe it's 80, 90, but the majority of your stress will be gone, and you'll just feel, you just feel like that, you just feel calm, and you're just happy, and you can focus on the things that grow your company. And an interesting thing I want to point out to that is a sort of thing I was thinking with your business, and you'll notice if you start a business, is that your business doesn't grow until after 5 o'clock. Okay? Think about that. Your business does not grow till after 5 o'clock. And this is why I went into a bit deeper in my thought that I mentioned earlier, is that maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe because emails and I have to maintain my company throughout the day, speaking to clients, managing them, managing their content, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe I should stop trying to do the growth tasks, as in new things, and leave that for after 5 o'clock. And maybe I just focus on my clients, focus on dealing with them, but more time to giving them a better service, and focusing on the task I have to do for them. And then once 5 o'clock goes and they've gone off home or whatever, then I focus on the things I'm wanting to really focus on, about growing the company and maybe going to new avenues for the clients, whatever it is. So that, I think that really does just set it in stone. What I'm trying to say here is that 9 till 5, you're maintaining your business, you're maintaining your service, maintaining the good quality, and maintaining what you offer. After 5 o'clock, when everyone goes home, you stay there and you work till, whether it's 8, 10, 12, 3, 4, 6 in the morning. That is the time that your company is going to grow, and you're going to exceed expectations, and when you're going to improve your company exponentially is after 5 o'clock. And if you run your own company, you'll know this. So one, you have to be willing to do it, and two, I think that really does give you a good understanding of what I'm trying to say here. So the takeaway from this video is a simple one. 3 steps. Plan a day ahead, so know exactly what you're doing the day ahead. Like I said, with my thing, what I do every night is I put my priorities down. So A, B, C, D, E, or whatever. Yeah, so I do about 4, and then it's basically priority list, and I make sure the first start of my day is based on that A. And now that A has now become, and this is something I have to get done first thing, but that A is now becoming the task I either least want to do or is the hardest task, so then I can complete at the start. And that's why you have to understand what your hardest task is, or what you least want to do. Now this might take a little getting used to, because naturally you're going to try procrastinate it, and your brain's it's weird how smart your brain is, and it will trick you, so you might have to just keep an eye of it. I'd strongly recommend you go watch my video on creating a killer to-do list, and that will give you more ideas on how to make sure you understand which is the task you're procrastinating from. Is a really good thing that I call monkey jumping. I'll put it at the end of this video. So that's what you need to do, is plan it, understand which task is the hardest / don't want to do, put it at the start, and then commit your morning to finishing that task. So that's all it is, guys, and it is as simple as that. And I promise you, from doing that, you'll feel much more energized, more happy, and stress-free. You'll just feel so much more fresh, and that is honestly my best tip. As currently now, that is my best tip for being least stressed through the day with everything going on. Is just focus on the hardest task first, or the task you usually want to do, which for me is emails. And it might be for you too. So Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you gained value from this video. As always, please follow me on all social media. Where you are now, YouTube is at Scott Mears, Facebook is at Scott Mears Entrepreneur, and Twitter is at Scott Mears _. As always, preach to the top. The best way to predict the future is create it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. I say it so many times, I start forgetting it. It's weird. But yeah, go out there, create your future, and thank you for listening today, Scott. This is your second video on the same day. Even though I've just realised it's gone into the early hours of the next day, but this counts for yesterday, so and I'm going to obviously do a video today/tomorrow/today/tomorrow, which you won't understand. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely night, and I will see you tomorrow/today.